Alta Murrieta community, thanks so much for tuning in to this, the March 2018 edition of ColeyCast, my monthly video message to the Alta community. What's going on at Alta? So let's jump right in. First thing I want to do is I want to highlight a couple of the coming events for the month of March. There are a lot of things scheduled, so I encourage you, I'm only going to talk about a couple here. I encourage you, go to our website at altamurrieta.org, and on the calendar page, you can see everything that is scheduled for the month of March. You can also look for the coming events flyer that will be coming home as well. But a couple things I want you to mark your calendars for. Transitional kindergarten and kindergarten parents, your open house for your child is scheduled for Thursday, March 22nd. So that's just TK and K open house, March 22nd. That'll be from 6 to 7 p.m. So please mark your calendars. Flyers will be coming home from your child's teacher. We want you to join us anytime between that hour, 6 and 7 p.m. Come to the classrooms because the teachers and students have been getting things ready to showcase the amazing learning that's been taking place. So once again, TKK only open house will be March 22nd from 6 to 7 p.m. The other grade levels will be scheduled at other times, and we'll be sending information home for that. The second thing I want to point out is spring break is coming up at the end of the month. March 26th through April 6th. 2 weeks of spring break. There will be no school that day, and then school will resume on Monday, April 9th. So mark your calendars for that. All right. This broadcast, pretty much we are devoting, I want to take some time to devote it to the subject of school safety. With the tragic events that have unfolded over the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of concern, there's been a lot of talk specifically around schools, and I've spoken with a lot of parents, and people are wondering, what is Alta Murrieta doing to keep our kids safe? And we've been doing a lot of reflection due to the tragic events that have taken place. What can we do to make Alta the safest possible place that it can be for our kids? So I want to highlight a couple of the things that we're doing and some tweaks that we're going to be doing to make the school even safer. The first thing I want to talk about is, if you have been on campus, you may have seen, but our school is equipped with what are called lock blocks. They look like this. We have these installed on each one of our doors. And what it does is you just slide it like this. And what it does is you put it next to the door frame. So doors are now, whereas in the past, teachers would unlock the doors when they were in there. And if there was an instant where we would have to have a lockdown, if there was a dangerous situation and we needed to lock down our campus, teachers would have to go and lock their doors quickly. What the lock blocks do is we now, when teachers are in their classrooms, they leave the doors locked all the time and simply slide this over. And what it does is it kind of prevents the door from latching. So it's open just by about a quarter of an inch, but it's still locked. So if we had to go on a lockdown, all the teacher has to do is slide this and the door automatically latches closed. No need to fumble for, where are my keys, where are my keys? It's just as simple, if we need to go on a lockdown and I make the announcement, all it is they slide this and the door is locked and secure. We can secure our entire campus in less than 10 seconds. We have these equipped on every one of our interior doors, doors into the labs, doors into classrooms, every door, our office into the campus, every door is secured with one of these so that we can lock down if we had to very, very quickly. So this was a great investment to keep our schools safer. These have been on our classroom doors all year. So if you've been on campus, you may have seen them. That's what those are. The other thing I want to highlight that we have been using along with every other school in the district is what's called Raptor, and it's the Raptor Visitor Management System. If you have volunteered or come on campus anytime this year, you have been asked to show your ID. We're very good about asking visitors on campus to show ID, but if anyone is volunteering in campus or coming on for a meeting, what they do is they have to put their license into a little system, and what it does is it runs that license against California's Megan's Law database and all 50 states' sex offender databases. So what it does is it would alert us if someone was trying to come on campus that shouldn't be around children. it would let us know. So it's another level of added security that Alta is using and every other school in the district is using. We have been using that all year. So those are two things, the lock blocks and the Raptor visitor management system. Those are two things that we have been utilizing all year. But again, over the last couple of months, we've been reflecting, what can we do to make Alta even safer? And there are some things that we need to tweak and tighten up, and I want to just highlight those. The first is at kindergarten, during the middle of the day, dropping off PM kindergartners and when the AM kindergartners are dismissed during the day. Excuse me. The gates are open during that middle of the day for parents to drop off their kindergartners and then pick up their kindergartners. And what we are putting more into place is there will be a staff member consistently at each one of those gates. When those gates are open, there will be a staff member. It'll either be myself, Mrs. Caldwell, one of our other staff members will be at the gates to supervise people coming in and out. This will act as a deterrent to make sure that people who shouldn't be on campus would not try to come on campus. The second thing that we're going to do involving those kindergarten gates is they are only going to be open a minute or so before they need to be. So for example, if the kindergarten PM students, if their day starts at 11:20, which it does, in the past that gate may have been open at 11:15, putting 5 minutes. We're not going to be doing that anymore because we don't want people on campus very early. Number one, it causes a distraction. If people are on campus, peeking in the windows, waiting for class to start, it's a distraction for students already in there. But number two, we just don't need people on campus that don't need to be on campus. So if school starts for PM kindergartners at 11:20, that gate will be open at about 11:19, just right in time to go on in and go right to the class. And it's going to be closed 5 minutes after that, once again, to keep the campus security as tight as it can be. Once again, there will be a staff member manning each of those gates. And the same will happen for 12 o'clock dismissal when the AM kindergartners are released, that sliding gate. There's going to be somebody by that gate, and once again, it's going to be open right at the last minute because we don't need a whole bunch of people hanging out inside the campus, causing potential distractions. But number two, we want those gates open as small a window as possible. I know that a lot of parents get here early and they end up waiting. We're just basically going to say, okay, now instead of waiting in the quad area, you're going to be waiting outside. So again, the purpose of that is to tighten up our security. The next thing involving a gate is our back gate. For those of you, we've got our front entrance and we also have that back gate on Apple Tree Circle. If you use that gate will now be closed as soon as the students have lined up there and are headed to class. We have a staff member who supervises at the bottom of that hill right there. And as soon as all of those students have been picked up by their teachers and headed to class, that staff member is going to be going up and locking that gate. So that gate is going to be locked just a couple of minutes after the bell rings. So it's very important. We need people here on time because if you arrive late and try to get into that gate, it's more than likely going to be locked because once again, we want to keep our campus safe. We want to keep it secure. So that may mean if you're late, you may have to go all the way around to the front, which may be an inconvenience. But once again, safety trumps convenience. So just make sure you're here on time and you won't have to worry about going all the way around. Next, I want to briefly talk about, you may have noticed, once again, during the middle of the day, if you have come in the middle of the day, there is a red zone, a red curb in the front loop. And recently, over the last couple of weeks, we have been coning that red curb off during the school day. The purpose of that is we've had people, when they come to pop into the office, they're parking in that red zone, parking and leaving their vehicles, which is against the law. You cannot park in a red zone and leave your vehicle there. So we are coning that off during the school day so that people do not park in the red zone. The cones are not there in the morning because of the circulating traffic that goes through, and it's not there at the end of the day when, again, parents are coming through to pick up. But if you're noticing cones in the middle of the day, that is to prevent parking in the red zone. And finally, watchdogs. For those of you who are not familiar, watchdogs stands for Watch Dads of Great Students. The Watchdogs program, you can get information on our website at altamurieta.org. It is an organization, a national organization designed to get dads and father figures more involved in their children's education. Have them come on in, volunteer. They can spend time in the classroom. They get to go out on the playground, play games with the kids. But speaking of campus security, dads, this is my plea to you. And moms, if you're watching and dad's not watching, pause this, go get your husband and bring him on in and watch this. Dads, we need you. If you want to help, if you want to do your part to help us make our campus more safe, volunteer to be a watchdog. Because what you can do, you may be one of those people manning that gate, along with myself. You're going to be out on the playground supervising. The more adult presence we have, the more of a deterrent it is. We see behavior problems go down when we have watchdogs on campus, and if we have people helping man the gates, that's going to prove to be a greater deterrent for anybody who may be thinking of doing something they shouldn't do. So watchdogs, dads, sign up to volunteer. Information is on our website, and if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, stop by the office, send me an email. I would love to talk to you about watchdogs. It's free. We're not looking for a long-term commitment. Literally, give me one day, because if we have nearly 900 students in this school, if every dad can give me one day, just one day over the year, we're going to have the year covered and then some. We could have somebody here every single day. So anyway, that's Watchdogs. Check it out on our website. Those are the procedures that we already have in place and that we are going to be tweaking or improving to make our campus safer. I talked about this at our Coffee with the Principal on March 2nd. If you have any questions, please come and see me. I would love to talk to you about it. Any concerns or comments, let me know, because again, many of you have already come to me. Let me know your concerns, and we are addressing those. Some of the things that I've just talked about, parents have come and brought to our attention. So we listen. Student safety is our number one priority. They need to learn, but in order to learn, they need to be safe. They need to feel safe. And again, parents, I'm a parent of two. As I drop my daughter off in the morning, I pray every single day for her safety at school. So no, I'm a parent and a principal. I'm a parent before I'm a principal, and my job is to keep your kiddos safe, and we're doing what we can to do that. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you're not already following us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, follow us there, because we do real-time updates. One of the best ways to get information is to follow us on social media. Again, also check out our website at altamurieta.org. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.